Mysterious legends and myths of all kinds seem to surface from all around the world. These reports have spread through a town or region like wildfire. Some of these legends tend to never leave the region in which they first began, whereas others might make national headlines all around the world in their appearance. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be covering 3 South American legends. Lawton, Oklahoma werewolf. Rumors and sightings of a werewolf in Lawton, Oklahoma have terrorized residents for years. The being was said to bear greyish-black hair all over its face and body and have a stature of over 8 feet. Every measure to learn more about the creature was inconclusive. For example, a hair sample from the creature was sent to a Sasquatch Bigfoot research group in Portland, but the results came back as inconclusive. Or on another occasion when the creature's footprints were investigated, the disappointing conclusion was they must belong to a strange-looking man. However, those who had seen the creature strongly refuted any claim it was human. They described its movements as walking on all fours and its face so horribly distorted it was far more relatable to a monkey or ape than a person. Over the years, there have been multiple sightings of the creature. The sightings began in 1971 when 35-year-old man Donald Childs spotted what he would later refer to as a canine humanoid in his front yard, crouching down and drinking out of his fish pond. The appearance of the creature was so horrific that Childs suffered a heart attack right there on the spot. Police officer Harry Ezell was in charge of fielding numerous calls from concerned citizens citing the creature. The majority claimed to have seen something monstrous running down streets or dodging cars. One man called in and described how he had seen the creature perching on a railing near his home and then spontaneously dropping 17 foot to the ground with a perfect landing. Even a group of soldiers were left traumatized when they spotted the creature speeding past them at Fort Sill. Unsurprisingly, not all have accepted the existence of a werewolf. There are many who insist that all the sightings and panic were caused by a hoaxer dressed in a werewolf costume. They claim that there were reports of a teenage boy at the time who was known for wearing a mask and jumping out of bushes to scare people. Additionally, reportedly there was a photograph published in the Lawton Constitution showing a police chief holding a mask and laughing to himself. However, if this was the work of a teenage hoaxer, it does not explain how the boy could jump 17 feet and remain unharmed. The Valley Hill Lights. Valley Hill Lights is located in the picturesque Springfield in Kentucky. Springfield is generally known for its babbling brooks, tall trees, and blue skies. However, if one were to travel down Route 55, you would approach the valley, which is renowned for something far more substantial than scenic views. In April 1995, 8 young girls and their Catholic education teacher had several religious sightings alongside random visions of bursts of colour and showers of golden flakes. One of the students, Mandy Mattingly, described seeing an array of colours around a pulsating sun. The other girls described seeing gold colours appearing on their flesh, which their teacher photographed. When these pictures were developed, the teacher and students were shocked to see angels surrounding the lights, and in one image Jesus and the Virgin Mary in a veil. One of the students, Sabrina Ballard, said she could see the name of her deceased cousin, Kate Ballard, on a tombstone in the background of one of the photographs. Amanda Terrell was another of the 8 girls and still to this day credits the events of that day for giving her more of a spiritual background and making her feel closer to God. Terrell is not the only one. At its peak of popularity, scores of people travelled to the valley and described how the experience drew them closer to God. Hazel Spaulding is one of these visitors and describes how she knew that the place held special powers from above, as the rosary she was holding turned gold and she could suddenly smell roses without there being any rosebush in sight. Angel Wimsat supports her by describing how you know something is going on in the very special valley. Notably, there are individuals who are not convinced of the authenticity of the visions. Dr. Joe Nickel managed to get his hands on the original photographs taken by the teacher of the 8 schoolgirls and argues that the most likely explanation for the images of angels were due to a cartridge leak and that the image of Jesus and the Virgin Mary was a result of pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon that causes people to see patterns in a random stimulus. The inscription of Ballard's late cousin's name in the tombstone, Nickel argues, is actually an imprint from the back of the Polaroid photo pack. Despite skeptics like Nickel, many continue to travel to the valley in a bid to glimpse a vision of the Virgin Mary. Old House Woods are cursed. The coastal town of Diggs is located in Virginia and attracts many due to its scenic coastal views. Others, however, are drawn to the town due to the 50-acre patch of dense pine woods and marshland if you travel down Haven Beach Road. These woods are allegedly one of the most haunted woods in the world. Their very name, Old House Woods, is a reference to a spooky event. An old house once stood in the center of the forest and was suspected of being haunted by ghosts. This was until the house set on fire one night, with no explanation as to where or how the fire was started. Even more strangely, the fire was suddenly extinguished with no explanation, only to alight once again and burn to the ground a few years later. At one point, the forest had been a popular port of soldiers and pirates before and during the American Revolutionary War. The dense landscape served as the perfect hiding spot. However, this also meant that the area quickly earned a reputation for being dangerous, leaving travelers vulnerable to murder and thievery. Since then, the wood has become renowned for being home to a number of ghostly apparitions that range from soldiers and ship crews all the way to phantom animals. Henry Forrest described how once when out hunting ducks in the woods, he witnessed a group of objects he assumed were ducks passing through the water. As they approached, the objects began to morph into the redcoat revolutionary soldiers who began to march towards him. When Forrest tried to retreat to his boat, he found one of the soldiers was on board. When he threatened to shoot the soldier, it calmly replied that if he dared shoot, Forrest would have the devil's curse placed on him. When Forrest did try and shoot, he found his gun no longer worked. He was forced to flee for his life. Another eyewitness, Ben Ferriby, described how when out fishing in the woods, he saw a large wooden vessel approach him whose boards were crowded with crew members. Others have even described witnessing skeletons dressed in armor, carrying lanterns and brandishing archaic swords. Many believe these soldiers and ship crews are all searching for the multiple mounds of treasure that are reportedly hidden in the woods. It is said that an unrecovered stash of gold coins was buried in the woods by pirates in the 1600s, alongside some expensive loot from a treasure-laden ship sent to America from England in 1651 that was attacked by bandits. However, not all ghostly human apparitions are military in nature. One of the most famous sightings in the woods is the ghostly figure of a woman dressed in a white gown with a green glow emanating from her. On calm nights, she is said to walk among the trees and let out unearthly screams. That has led her to her nickname as the Storm Woman. The ghosts are not always human. 2 black dogs have been known to jump out of paths, while there have also been sightings of black horses, crows, and headless cows. Alongside ghostly sightings, those who visit the woods have often returned telling tales of strange occurrences. Travelers' horses would often fly into a panic while trotting through the woods, while humans have described struggling to catch their breath and choking or being filled with a sense of dread and imminent doom. It looks like inanimate objects are also victim to the woods. Cameras have malfunctioned, full batteries have suddenly gone dead, and recordings have no working sound when played back. While 1 or 2 spooky accounts can be dismissed easily by skeptics, the sheer number of ghostly sightings and unexplained events that have taken place in the Old House Woods have cemented its status as one of the most haunted places in America. But what do you make of these 3 mysterious South American legends? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.